Hey friends, so today we're working on the 2021 Tesla Model 3. This is a standard range plus model, and this summer we started getting the funky smell when you turn on the AC, especially on humid days. It would kind of amplify the smell, and we chose to wait until the summer was over. That way we can just kind of start fresh after the whole humidity and heat season is past, since we're not having to use the AC as much. So what we chose to do here was to get the Hepa Model 3 and Y filter. So this is the brand that we went with, Zeknor, I believe you would pronounce it. So we found it on Amazon, had good reviews, and this is the Hepa kind that has the little carbon. Um, I can actually show you. Let me grab it. It has the like little carbon pellets on the back, so I just help filter out like contaminants in the air. Um, I guess smaller particles, which is what the HEPA filter is known for. It filters more out of the air. So the Model Y doesn't come with a HEPA filter. At least I know that the standard range doesn't. I'm not sure if the long range or the premium do. Um, Model 3, I'm sorry. I think I called it Model Y. So the Model 3 doesn't come with the HEPA, but since they use the same filter size as the Y, and the Model Ys do come with the HEPA filtration system, you can just get an aftermarket, or I'm sure a Tesla one, that is the HEPA filter, and get a nice little upgrade once you have to replace your filter. So it does include two filters, and I'm going to grab the other one just to kind of show you. They inside of the um, the cover, they kind of sit stacked like this. So once you pull off the cover, you'll probably see, like, from here up, you'll see a little tab sticking out and another one on the top, and you just pull the top one out first. It'll just slide out, and then the bottom one you pull up and then out of the little slot. So it's a pretty easy process, and we're doing it today on our day off. So I opened up the filters. This is what they look like on the side that faces the air that comes in, which comes in from the front to back. You'll have this white side, and on the back side we have the little charcoal pellets, which is part of the HEPA filtration. So there's two of them. They stack one on top of the other, like so, and then these tabs will be showing out this way, so that we can pull them out. So the first thing is we need to pop off this carpet panel. So this kit came with this nice little pry tool, and then this should help us with our little uh, plastic rivet things. I have a screwdriver, a flat screwdriver, just in case. I don't expect to need it. And then we also have this little star hex tool, um, which is the one screw that will be on the actual cover that holds the filter cover door. So I got the pry tool right under the carpet here, and just kind of tugging softly, and this should just pop out. So you'll kind of hear them popping off once we get our hand under there, and we should be able to continue along until we get them all free. And once they're free, we can pull this back, put it out of the way for now. So down here, you should be able to see, this is the cover that we need to get off. So right here is where our little tool will go. Yep, fits good. So that's what we're going to be loosening. once we're ready to get the filter out. But we need to get some additional space. You can see that this is a little bit higher. It's going up in there, so we're gonna have to remove this plastic here. So you can see these little plastic rivets that we need to get off. So this cover will pop down. So we popped down this cover here using our nice little tool here. I just kind of got this end under there's like a little space where you can kind of get like a flathead screwdriver in there, and I just kind of pulled it out some, and then you can get under it all. And you could pull them all the way out, you don't have to, you just kind of have to pop them down enough. And then you'll see that there's two things here. There's one cable going to the little light, and then there's another cable going to a speaker. So we're going to want to remove this while we're working on it. So this one should just pull right out. I'm just going to wiggle it. So I actually don't need to completely remove this, so I just unhooked one of the clips, and then this one has enough slack in it to where I just slid it all the way out of the way. So now we can get our cabin air filter cover off. So that's going to be with our little hex tool here, and then we can there's only one screw. And then we also probably would be good now to just hold down the climate button, and then it'll shut off, just so you don't have air and the blower motor trying to go as you're cleaning it and shoving a hose up in there. Probably not a good idea. Alright, so we got the door out, comes off super easily. And now we'll be able to see in here. Let me get some additional light. You can see the filter up in there, and there's that big tab that we will pull on. So let me do that. Should be able to just tug it out. Yep. So there's one filter. Looks a bit dirty on this side. We'll just set it here on a towel for now. So we put the towel down just so it's a little bit cleaner, and in case there's any dust or dirt coming off these filters. Just wanted to be a little extra safe. And the other one is like down in here. So you just pull it up and out, and it should come right out. So now here's our two filters. They're a little bit dirty. So next step, we'll do the Kool-It spray, and that's just gonna go right in here. We're just gonna get it nice and foamed up and cleaned out. So we're gonna start first here in the front. So this is where the air comes in from the outside of the car, in through the car, and then through the filters outside of our air vents. So what we want to do is we want to pop off this cover here, which pops off super easily. And I'll just put that to the side here. So if you look in here, you can see that it's a little bit dusty. It's not too bad, but we're just gonna spray it all throughout here, and we're gonna use physics and gravity on our side. So if we start spraying up here, it'll drain down to where our coil is, and then we'll spray the coil area, and then that should really have everything from beginning to end spotless. So I'm just gonna put this little thing onto, stick it in there for a second. This just pops onto here, and I'm just gonna spray it a little bit. So it comes out foamy, but then after a couple minutes it'll kind of turn more liquidy. So we're just gonna let that work its magic and work its way down. And next we'll move to where the cabin air filter was and spray those coils down really good. So I'm sticking the hose in the little inlet here where the air filters go. The air filters are not in there yet, and I'm just gonna spray foam all up in there, all over the evaporator coil. Just make sure it's nicely sprayed. You really can't put too much because it'll just drain out the bottom. And you definitely don't want to put too little to where you don't really get everything cleaned up. Alright, so that is all sprayed. And we're just going to let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes. The foam is going to turn more liquidy and it's just going to drain out the bottom. And then after that we can run the AC on high just so that it kind of dries everything out. And then we'll pop the filters in and reverse the process, putting everything back, and we'll be all done. And that's all there is to it. So after you get the foam all up in there, let it sit for at least 5-10 minutes. I still have the cover off, and I turned the air on max cooling. I'm just gonna let it run for a minute. As soon as I turned it on, the foam that was in the little front inlet got sucked in, and this one should be making its way out as well. So I'm just gonna run the air on max for just a couple minutes, just so it dries everything out before I drop the filter in. But it already smells super nice in here. The air is nice and fresh, and definitely excited for the software update that just downloaded as we were doing this. So that's a fun free bonus. Thank you, Tesla. So now that we're done running the AC on high, we're gonna get the filters in there. So just be mindful that the white part is where the air will come in through, so that we want that to be facing the front. And then once you put that first one in, make sure that tab is sticking out so you can grab it. And then when you lay the other one on top, make sure that you hold on to the bottom one's tab, just so you don't accidentally push it down, and it might just make it harder the next time you do this. So let's go ahead and pop it in there. Just kind of have to wiggle it down in there. I'm gonna hold it from the tab. Let's see. So then we just need to pop everything back in place. Plug in the 2 wires if you remove both of them. So just kind of lining everything up, and just have to get it. So now that we've successfully gotten the plastic panel done here and all the pins pushed in, we can pop the carpet piece back on. Let's just kind of get it in place. We need to get it this way. And we can just start popping it in place. And that should be good. Now we just have the front cover left to put back on. You can see that after spraying it all down, it looks nice and clean. So we just want to pop this guy back in. Once we get it lined up, it should just pop right in. There we go. Let's work our way down. Alright, it's nicely fastened. And now we got new cabin air filters in the 2021 Tesla Model 3.